Jeremiah?
Yeah, hi. I think bringing it back to the film, one of the things that we really wanted to show is that immigration and the challenges for immigration is a universal issue here in the U.S. It's primarily have been portrayed directed toward a particular group of people in our country, but I mean, there are undocumented Filipinos, there are undocumented various different cultures here in the U.S. And I think that's one of the really great innovative things that we have in Yellow Rose is that you don't normally see that story of undocumented Filipinos, and you don't normally see the actual challenges of immigrants, Filipino immigrants, because a lot of times, you come here, you try to achieve the American dream, and even with social media, we try to project such a rosy picture of it. But the challenges with Rose and Priscilla in the film are not normally seen, especially on the screen. So that's one of the things that I think is very critical that people, especially in the Philippines, would could relate to.
Thank you so much, Miss Leia, Miss Cecilia, and Mr. Jeremiah for sharing your thoughts. And I'm looking forward to watch this film. Thank you. Have a good day. Keep safe.
Thank you.
Thanks, Von Belenaria of One News Philippines. Up next, we have Josephine Bonsol to ask a question. Hi, Mommy Jo.
Hello, Ayi. Hello. Hello, Miss
Hello,
Leia.
hello. Hello.
I
How are
love you,
you?
Leia. I heard, I love you, Leia, and I love Yellow Rose. Maybe my question first is my curiosity on what popped up. Diane and you were turning 50 when, and if that is so, if it's January, happy birthday!
Ako February pa. Diane, when is your birthday?
Happy
I already
Diane.
turned. I'm a little bit older than you, Leia. I turned
Okay.
50.
Oh, you turned 50. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
gonna
my
be my
question
turn.
goes, yeah, my question is, Miss Leia,
Your turn, girl.
how do you feel? Siguro, ano, no, you can relate to Miss Ava about her journey trying to get to the story of A Style of A Star is Born. Yung journey ng pagiging Filipino trying out in Hollywood, and you were successful.
Uh-oh. She's frozen.
Yes, Mommy Jo. But I think she was asking about
Okay, she's
the
back.
similarities
She's back.
between your journey and Eva's. Yes, Mommy Jo, can you please repeat the last part of your question because you froze for a little bit?
I'm sorry. Yeah, similarities of your journey to Ava, and
Okay.
your curiosity on Ava.
Oh, my curiosity? I think whatever curiosities I might have had were all satisfied when I saw her performances on stage and watching her work on Yellow Rose with me and seeing the finished film and seeing how wonderful and fantastic, and I don't think I have enough superlatives for her. Um, as far as what it was like working with her, it was wonderful. I'm just sad that it was brief. As far as her own journey going through Hollywood, um, I think she will have an easier go at it than I did. I think when I started with everything, there wasn't really a whole lot of representation. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff in Hollywood on TV or on film where there were people that looked like me being portrayed. So even working on Mulan felt like such a, it felt like such a I got to the top of the mountain moment because finally, Asians were being represented and it was a Disney cartoon. Um, and I got to sing some really wonderful music and got to work with some really wonderful people. And it felt monumental seeing this animated, strong female character on screen 40 feet high. And for me to see that and to see my face reflected on the screen like that is huge. It's a huge deal. Um, Eva is coming in now where there seems to be more representation now on television, on film, and in theater. I think it seems like the change is happening at such a glacial pace, but at least change is happening. And I'm hoping that with films like Yellow Rose and Crazy Rich Asians, which will serve to show just how diverse even it is within the Asian and Asian American community, um, it'll show that there are so many stories that have still yet to be told. So I am hoping that Yellow Rose continues to be successful, because that'll mean, if it's commercially successful, then more stories will get told. More of our stories get told. Um, and that'll only be a good thing for our screenwriters and directors and actors, because there are a lot of Filipino actors in the United States. A lot, a lot. So hopefully, you know, there will be more representation. Um, Even things like the Gianni Versace story, where even though it didn't exactly portray Filipinos in the best light, it was fantastic to see people like Darren Criss playing a Filipino, because he is, and seeing people like John Briones play his dad, who's a Filipino, because he is, and to see that story also. Um, so it's yeah. So it's gonna. I'm hoping for the best, because it means more opportunity for everybody to get their stories told and filmed.
Hello, Ai. Last question, Miss Leia.
Yes po.
Siguro, what are you excited for, considering you're an icon? Whatever you do, everybody follows. And
Hindi
whatever you
naman.
recommend, everybody follows. Ano, ano na yung pinaka-excited ka about your passion in your career this year, and what excites you that you've never done before, never discovered before, you want to share to us?
Well, we're still in the middle of this global pandemic. I'm just hoping. I would like to get back to work. I mean, I've the last concerts that I did were in March in Dubai. The last time I was anywhere on a stage here in the Philippines was as a guest in Ray Chalango's concert. Um, so it's been a long, ridiculously long time, um, since I was actually working in the way that I like to work. May katagalan din, um, since then. And, so most of the stuff I've been doing over 2020 has been virtual via Zoom or pre-recorded to be shown later. Um, or I've been busy baking bread. I mean, that's kind of what I've been kind of keeping myself occupied with. And so I'm hoping that I'm able to, get back into creating mode, whether it's in a concert or whether it's doing another theater piece or something where I get to be in front of an audience again. So I'm hoping that we're able to finally get a hold, on this virus and gain control over it, that we can all get back to a somewhat normal existence. There are other countries that have been able to do it, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to also, but it takes a concerted effort on all of our parts. It's hard. I know it's hard. It's
Leia.
tough. It's tough. But Sana, I'd like to get back to work. I mean, I can wait. I'm very patient. Um, and I'll keep on baking bread until I get back to work. But yeah, I would like to get back to work.
Thank you in advance. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mommy Jo. Okay, now let's go to TV5. We have MJ Marfori.
Yes, hello! Congratulations
hello!
again sa Yellow Rose. We are so excited, Miss Leia. Thank you for wow, we're so happy to be with you ngayong tanghali dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, so my question is, you said you're excited to go back to work, and you were also talking about the ever-evolving times when it comes to immigration and whatnot. And si Ai, narinig niya na tong tanong ko last Saturday, pero itatanong ko to kay Miss Lea dahil importante ito, no? Miss Lea, of course, we do know yesterday was a landmark and historical thing for ASAP airing on TV5
I
network.
know! It's
Yeah.
crazy!
I mean,
It's crazy!
who would have thought, right, in this day
Yeah.
and age? I was bewildered yet overjoyed. I mean, the emotions were something else for the showbiz industry as a whole. Kayo naman po bilang isang icon, how do you feel about that? And sana makita ka namin doon sa ASAP din soon.
Yeah, I've been kind of pretty much shut in here at home. I mean, I have made appearances on ASAP, but I've recorded everything here. And knowing that that's possible, then I can still do that. I can still record naman here at home, and then it gets seen on TV5 and on all of the ABS online platforms. That's kind of unprecedented. I mean, how do I feel about it? I feel overjoyed that that ASAP gets to air, like actually goes on air again, that people will have access to it. Those who don't have access to online platforms and streaming will get to see it again on the air. I was bowled over, I guess, by the generosity of TV5 to allow this to happen, because it's an extremely competitive industry. We all know this. Everybody competes with everybody. But for this to happen, I still couldn't believe it. I still can't believe that it actually happened. Never mind that there's so much evidence online. Never mind that there have been so many stars of ASAP who were sharing this bit of news on social media. Never mind that I was reading the articles. It's like, oh my gosh, I think it's unprecedented, but incredibly generous and so wonderful. And there's a bayanihan spirit behind it, and so thanks to TV5 for allowing this to happen, and thanks to ABS-CBN also for hanging in there and just holding on. Yeah, I mean, there are multiple tunnels, and I think we're all starting to see light at the end of some of them, and it gives me hope. And really, it quells my heart seeing that there are good folks out there still that are willing and wanting to help. So I'm very grateful.
That's